Here's the danger. When you're in love, you excuse things you'd never tolerate otherwise. You call them small, you call them harmless, but in reality, they're signs of disrespect. And the longer you overlook them, the more power she takes, until you no longer recognize the man you used to be. But you don't have to let it get that far. The truth is simple. If she does certain things, they're not quirks, they're warnings, and today I'll walk you through 10 things she does that should make you walk away immediately before the damage is permanent. Before I walk you through the first sign, make sure to subscribe and like this video. And while you're here, tell me in the comments where you're watching from. I want to know how far this message travels, because men in every city face the same struggles in relationships. Now, let's get into it, because the very first behavior may look like harmless fun, but in reality, it's the seed of betrayal. Number 1, if she still flirts with other men while she's supposed to be with you, that's not just harmless fun. It's a boundary test. A woman who is truly invested in you doesn't scatter her energy around like confetti. She pours it into the man she respects. When she flirts openly, whether it's with a waiter, a co-worker, or some random guy passing by, she's sending a message loud and clear. You're not enough to hold my focus. And the moment you accept it, you're giving her silent permission to disrespect you again and again. A man who tolerates this behavior sets himself up for betrayal. Maybe it won't happen today or tomorrow, but the door is already wide open. Flirting is rarely innocent. It's a rehearsal for the next opportunity. Don't sugarcoat it as just her personality or brush it off as playful. That small crack in the foundation of trust always spreads into something much bigger. If she needs the validation of other men just to feel alive, you're not her choice. You're her placeholder. You'll waste precious time and energy competing with an invisible crowd she invites into your relationship. That's not love. That's insecurity wearing lipstick. Respect is the cornerstone of intimacy. When a woman chooses to flirt right in front of you, she's declaring that her ego boost matters more than your dignity. You can either walk away now or stay and watch your confidence dissolve piece by piece. And if you choose to stay, know this: you're signing up for a lifetime of doubt, jealousy, and silent pain you never deserved. Number 2, pay attention to how she treats her phone around you. If every time you reach for it, her body stiffens, her voice sharpens, or she suddenly needs to snatch it away, that's not just about privacy. That's secrecy. And secrecy is the enemy of trust. In a healthy relationship, 2 people don't have to live under constant surveillance, but there's a natural openness. If she acts like her phone is a vault you're never allowed to see, the question you need to ask yourself is simple. What's in there that she doesn't want you to find? Messages, hidden conversations, or is it simply the fact that she doesn't respect you enough to be transparent? Think about it. Every night you lay your head next to hers, trusting her with your safety, your peace, your future. If she can't even trust you with something as trivial as a text message or a call log, how can she possibly be trusted with your heart, your dreams, or your life? The little things reveal the bigger picture. Don't get caught in the excuse of everyone deserves privacy. Privacy is one thing, but when she becomes defensive, key, or evasive the moment her phone comes up, that's not privacy. That's a wall. And walls in relationships aren't built to protect love. They are built to hide lies. You can't build intimacy on suspicion. If her phone feels like a locked safe you're never supposed to touch, you're not in a relationship. You're in the waiting room of betrayal. And the longer you stay, the more you'll pay in trust, in peace, and in dignity. Number 3, watch what happens when it comes time to define the relationship. If months have gone by and she still dodges the question, refuses to call you her boyfriend, or avoids introducing you properly to others, that's not an oversight. That's a choice. And the choice is to keep you in limbo. Close enough to benefit from your attention, but never close enough to commit. This is where a lot of men trip themselves up. You think she just needs more time, or maybe she's scared of labels. But here's the truth. If a woman wants you, she won't hesitate to claim you. She won't hide you away like some secret. Commitment phobia isn't about needing space. It's about keeping options open. Ask yourself this. If she truly values you, why would she hesitate to give you a simple title that acknowledges what you already are? Relationships are built on clarity. If she's withholding that clarity, it's because she doesn't see you as permanent. She sees you as convenient. And don't fool yourself into thinking patience will change her mind. If after 3 months she still refuses to define you, then she already has. You're not her partner, you're her placeholder. A man who knows his worth doesn't wait around for breadcrumbs of recognition. He doesn't beg to be claimed. If she can't proudly say you're her man, then she's silently telling you she's not yours either. That's not commitment, it's stalling. And the longer you tolerate it, the deeper you sink into the role of a temporary option in someone else's life. Number 4, pay close attention to how much she actually cares about you. Real care doesn't have to be dramatic. It shows up in the small, consistent ways she treats you. When a woman truly values a man, nurturing him comes naturally. She checks in on you, she supports you, she notices when something feels off. It's not about grand gestures, it's about the daily signals that you matter to her. But if she never asks how you're doing, never shows interest in your struggles, never lifts a finger unless there's something in it for her, then you're not in a relationship. You're in a transaction. And here's the dangerous part. The longer you invest in someone like this, the more you'll drain yourself trying to win affection that simply isn't there. A woman who only takes but never gives no real bond with you. She's using your time, your energy, maybe even your resources, but not building a connection. You'll feel it deep down. The one-sidedness, the imbalance, the emptiness after every interaction. Don't ignore that feeling. Because the truth is, love isn't a vending machine where you pour in effort and expect to get something back. If she can't meet you with the same level of care you bring to her, then she's not choosing you, she's consuming you. A strong man recognizes when the scales are unbalanced. He doesn't keep pouring into a bottomless pit. If she doesn't show genuine care, it's not because she forgot or because she's too busy. It's because you're not her priority. And the sooner you see that, the sooner you can walk away with your dignity intact. Number 5, pay attention to whether she keeps her word. It might sound simple, but this is one of the clearest reflections of her character. When someone tells you they'll do something and actually follows through, it shows respect, reliability, and integrity. When she constantly makes promises but never delivers, that's not just forgetfulness, it's disregard. Think about it. Words are the building blocks of trust. Every "I'll call you," every "I'll be there," every "I'll take care of it" is a tiny contract. When she repeatedly breaks those contracts, she's telling you something loud and clear. Your time and your trust don't matter. And if she can't honor the little commitments, what makes you think she'll honor the big ones? A relationship without accountability quickly becomes a breeding ground for resentment. You'll find yourself making excuses for her, lowering your expectations, and convincing yourself it's not a big deal. But it is because every time she doesn't follow through, she's showing you exactly how much or how little she values you. Respect isn't just about how she speaks to you when things are good. It's about whether her actions match her words when it counts. A woman who truly cares will protect her credibility with you because she knows that consistency is the foundation of trust. If she doesn't keep her word, she doesn't respect you. And if she doesn't respect you, she can't truly love you. Don't ignore this. Broken promises are not accidents, they're patterns, and patterns reveal priorities. If you keep tolerating empty words, you'll end up in a relationship where nothing is solid, and eventually you'll realize she never intended to build anything real with you at all. Number 6. Notice where you rank in her life. Every man understands that people get busy, work, family, personal obligations, but when a woman truly values you, she will carve out space for you, no matter how crowded her schedule looks. If weeks go by and you're always the one waiting, always the one trying to squeeze into the leftover corners of her time, then you are not her priority. This is one of the most painful truths men ignore. You tell yourself she's overwhelmed, she's just stressed, or that things will get better. But if you're only seeing her once in a while, if you're always competing with her phone, her friends, or her endless distractions, then you're already getting the answer. You're not important enough in her world. The hard part is this: people make time for what they care about. Period. A woman who loves you doesn't need a reminder to show up. She wants to see you. She wants to hear you. She wants to be near you. And even when life throws chaos her way, she'll fight to keep you close because that's what commitment looks like. If she can't or won't do that, then you're not her man. You're a convenience. You're the when I feel like it option, and no man should ever accept being treated like a side note. Don't confuse her excuses for effort. If you're not a priority, it's not because she's too busy. It's because she's chosen to put you last. And a man who values himself knows that being someone's backup plan is never love. It's slow destruction. Number 7. Watch for double standards. This is one of the clearest signs of imbalance in a relationship. If she feels free to do things that she condemns you for, that's not love. It's control. Maybe she goes out with her friends whenever she wants, but the second you make plans, she accuses you of being distant. Maybe she keeps her phone locked down tight, but demands full access to yours. Or maybe she enjoys her freedom while you're expected to constantly report in. This isn't about fairness, it's about power. A double standard is her way of placing herself above you, setting rules she doesn't intend to follow and forcing you to play by them. It's the mark of someone who doesn't see you as an equal partner, but as someone to manage and contain. The trap many men fall into is thinking they can negotiate with this imbalance. You start compromising, bending, justifying, telling yourself that keeping the peace is worth the sacrifice. But over time you realize the peace only exists for her. You're the one carrying the weight while she enjoys the freedom. A healthy relationship is built on reciprocity. What's good for her should be good for you. What's unacceptable for her should be unacceptable for you. If the rules don't apply equally, then you're not in a partnership. You're in a hierarchy, and in that hierarchy, you're not the leader, you're the servant. Don't tolerate it. The moment you allow double standards, you sign away your respect. And once your respect is gone, everything else, love, attraction, intimacy, follows right out the door. Number 8. Pay attention to how she speaks to you. A woman who constantly puts you down, mocks you, or makes subtle jabs at your confidence isn't just joking around. She's tearing at the foundation of your self-worth. These digs might seem small in the moment. A sarcastic comment about your appearance, a dismissive remark about your job, a laugh at your expense in front of others, but over time they chip away at the way you see yourself. This behavior isn't love. It's power disguised as humor. Some women thrive on making their partner feel small because it makes them feel bigger, and if you tolerate it, you'll find yourself second-guessing everything. Your choices, your value, even your identity. The cruel irony is that the more you shrink, the more control she gains. Respect isn't optional in a relationship. It's the oxygen that keeps it alive. If she can't speak to you with basic dignity, then she's not your partner, she's your critic. And no man should wake up every day to someone who treats him like a project to be fixed or a punchline to be mocked. The danger is subtle. At first you brush it off, you laugh along, but slowly you start believing the narrative she's feeding you. You begin to accept less, expect less, and settle for less. That's not love, that's emotional erosion. A woman who truly cares wants to lift you higher, not bury you deeper. If her words cut more than they heal, then you're not in a relationship. You're in a slow demolition of your spirit. Don't wait until there's nothing left of your confidence. Walk away before the damage becomes permanent. Number 9. Pay attention to how she treats the people closest to you. If she constantly criticizes your friends, mocks your family, or refuses to spend time with them, that's not just a personal preference. That's a red flag, because when she disrespects the people who shaped you, supported you, and stood by you, she's indirectly disrespecting you. Family and friends are extensions of your identity. They're your foundation, your history, your support system. A woman who truly loves you may not always agree with them, but she will make an effort to show courtesy and respect because she understands that they are important to you. When she dismisses or devalues them, she's really dismissing and devaluing the man who values them. This tactic often goes deeper than it seems. Sometimes it's not about disliking your family at all. It's about isolating you. By cutting you off from the people who ground you, she gains more control. The fewer outside voices you hear, the easier it is for her to shape your reality. That's not partnership. That's manipulation. Don't let her convince you that constant tension between her and your loved ones is normal. It isn't. Real love doesn't demand that you abandon the people who care about you most. It doesn't force you to choose between her and them. If she consistently belittles, avoids, or disrespects your friends and family, then understand this: she doesn't respect you either. Because a woman who values you will honor the connections that matter to you. And if she can't, she's showing you exactly where you stand in her eyes: alone, cut off, and diminished. Number 10. Watch carefully when things go wrong. If every argument somehow ends with you apologizing, even when the mistake was clearly hers, you're not dealing with miscommunication, you're dealing with manipulation. This is what happens when she turns her mistakes into your fault. At first, it's subtle. She forgets something important, but somehow you're blamed for not reminding her. She lashes out in anger, but you're accused of pushing her buttons. She crosses a boundary, yet you're the one left questioning whether your standards were too high. Over time, this pattern isn't just frustrating, it's destructive. This tactic is designed to confuse you, to make you doubt your own memory, your own judgment, even your own sanity. It's called gaslighting, and it's one of the most damaging forms of emotional control. The more you accept it, the more you start believing you really are the problem. And once you believe that, she no longer has to take responsibility for anything because you'll carry it all. A man who lives under this kind of manipulation slowly loses his confidence, his peace, and eventually his identity. You'll feel yourself shrinking, apologizing for things you didn't do, questioning truths you know are real. That's not love. That's psychological warfare. A woman who refuses to own her mistakes will never be capable of building a healthy future with you. She will drain your spirit and erode your self-worth until you barely recognize yourself. If you notice this pattern, don't rationalize it. Don't excuse it. Leave. Because the longer you stay, the more of yourself you'll lose. And no relationship is worth your soul. You've just heard 10 signs that reveal exactly when it's time to walk away. And let me be clear, these aren't small quirks or innocent mistakes. These are patterns of behavior that, if ignored, will drain your energy, erode your confidence, and leave you questioning your worth as a man. Too many men stay in relationships like this because they're afraid of starting over. They convince themselves it will get better, that patience will pay off, or that love can fix anything. But love doesn't fix manipulation. Love doesn't erase disrespect. And love can't survive without trust. The longer you stay, the more you'll lose. Not just time, but self-respect, peace of mind, and in some cases, even the will to keep fighting. A man of value doesn't settle for scraps. He doesn't beg for attention, tolerate lies, or accept being treated like an afterthought. He knows that respect is the foundation of any relationship worth building, and the moment that respect is gone, the relationship is already broken. Walking away is not weakness. Walking away is strength. It's choosing yourself over chaos. It's choosing peace over drama. It's choosing a future where you can stand tall instead of shrinking smaller every day. Remember this: A woman who genuinely loves you will build you up, not break you down. She will add to your life, not strip it away. She will stand beside you, not against you. If you see yourself in any of these situations, don't stay silent. Share your experience in the comments, because another man out there might need your story as his wake-up call. And if this message hit home for you, subscribe for more hard truths that every man needs to hear. Like this video, share it with someone who's struggling. And remember this one rule: you deserve a love that makes you stronger, never weaker.